if you are dealing with a difficult boss. I mean, we have been there where a boss is impossible, micromanaging you or doing things to you. So how do you deal with such situations where you feel uncomfortable in the workplace because of your boss? So I'm going to share some strategies on what you can do, how you can get to the bottom of it before you say, I am exiting the company. Okay, so number one is to actually assess the situation. So you need to have a good understanding of what is going on. Is the boss maybe stressed, too much on his plate, not dealing with issues the right way, or maybe there's a lot of pressure from the top? Is he doing this thing deliberately to destroy you or to make you feel uncomfortable intentionally? Or is this some form of a misunderstanding, miscommunication that can be resolved? So you need to understand the root cause. If it's a personal issue or it's very much like a seasonal thing that your boss is going through because of stress. So that's your first point of departure. And another point is for you not to take it personal. So now that you know that it's not because of you, or there's a lot of things going on and they are not exactly directed to you, maybe it's some form of projection, or maybe your boss is dealing with stress right now. So it's important that you do not take it personal. You do not make it as a form of, today we're going to go and attack you type of a situation. So be objective about it. Look at it from his point of view and understand the situation from that side. Okay. And another thing that you need to be mindful of is don't let it impact your work. So you need to keep delivering at the best of your ability. So you need to continue doing your work and continue proving yourself in this job. Another thing that you need to put in place if the situation becomes a continuous thing, continuous pattern, make sure that you set boundaries. So boundaries will be important. So when you are about to set boundaries, which means you need to actually discuss this matter with your boss. So setting up a meeting, making sure that you have your concerns written, or you take a mental note of what you're going to say in that meeting, and go and talk about what's bothering you, how the behavior you have not been happy with, and what is it, and be specific. Be more specific about how do you feel about the actions of your boss, how the situation is also affecting you in terms of your performance, in terms of how you show up at work because of this situation. You need to set boundaries. You need to tell your boss what you cannot tolerate. What is it that you can tolerate? You need to communicate clearly. You need to explain your concerns. You need to be as transparent about how you feel about this situation. It's very important. And another point that you need to be more cognizant of is you need to also take responsibility for your own actions, because maybe you are the contributor. Maybe you've done things that has contributed to this behavior. Maybe it is your work style. Maybe you have not been coming to work. Maybe you have not been showing up the right way, and you've been causing this friction. So make sure that you have a good understanding of what is it that you have contributed within this situation. What is your part? What is your involvement? And make sure that you also get some specific feedback from your boss so that you can make changes. It's important for you to have constructive feedback so that you can also make some changes and try to repair the relationship. Okay. Another point is do not rush to go talk about it in the corridors and gossip about this and make it a big issue. You need to really follow these rules that I'm mentioning. Make sure that you address it in the right way and don't badmouth your boss and make him or her feel like a bad person. Because as I said, I mean, this could be you. You could be a contributor here. This could be a learning moment for you so that you can change. So it's very important for you to not to take this to the streets. Another point, I mean, when it gets to be very tricky, when you feel like the issue is not being resolved, or you have problems resolving the issue, the two of your boss, then you need to start documenting. You need to start documenting what exactly is happening on a daily basis. Have your records of what is going on here, how you feel and how all this is making you feel and what you are observing. And I mean, this is going to be important for you when you take further actions. So if you want to involve HR, if you want to go ask for help, then you need to have some specific details of what you've done and how the situation has played out, and the instances and the dates and everything that has to do with your work environment that has made you feel uncomfortable. And at that point, maybe you might be willing to actually resign. So when you take other actions, so other action could also be maybe exiting the company after you've exhausted all the other avenues, whether it's involving HR or having interventions with your boss, or you trying to fix the situation, trying to mend the relations yourself. So then the last thing that you can think of is to move on. But in all this, you stay professional. So you stay professional in your manner, in how you do things. You stay respectful of your boss and understanding your position in this company, because you also want to live right. If you care about that, you want to live in a best light. You want to make sure that you have done your part. You have tried everything and the situation didn't work out. And especially if you feel very disrespected by your boss, if you feel like you have not been treated fairly and it has escalated to toxic environment and toxic boss, toxic workplace altogether, then you have to think of other actions that you can do or you can take so that you in the best, you protect yourself as well, your wellness. And I mean, already because of this toxic workplace, if it gets to be toxic, then there's high turnover will happen in this team, or maybe there'll be issues with productivity, or maybe there'll be issues with people getting sick within the team. So it's very important that you also take care of yourself in the workplace in the best way that you can. So those are my steps, those are my strategies. Let me know on the comment section, what do you do? What are some of your steps? Do you agree with these steps? Do you think that we should add something else? How have you dealt with a difficult boss in the past? Or maybe you're currently dealing with this. So let us know. Comment on the comment section, and do follow and subscribe for our next video.